The number one skill that you need to learn before you can do anything else in life, before you become successful, before you can achieve anything in life, is going to be the skill or the trait of holding yourself accountable. Because if you can't hold yourself accountable now, how are you going to hold yourself accountable when you have all these responsibilities going forward? Because wherever you're at in life, you may have kids, you may be married, you may have a business, whatever. Success comes with a lot more responsibility. So if you can't hold yourself accountable now, how are you going to hold yourself accountable down the road when you have a lot more responsibility? And the thing is, you won't. And that is going to hold you back. It's going to destroy everything that you've worked for, because when you hold yourself accountable, when you have that ability to hold yourself accountable, that means you're never going to stop self-assessing yourself and figuring out what you can do to be better, what you can fix to be better. And when you do that, you will continually keep moving the needle forward in your life. That way your competition doesn't have a chance of catching up. But none of that is possible. You will not hold your competition at bay if you cannot hold yourself accountable. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the American Dream Podcast. If you're new to the channel, my name is Josh. I am the host of the show. I own a business called American Dream, or American Dream Project. You might know it as either, probably not, but what American Dream is, it is a business that I have formed. As currently of recording this video, it's just this podcast. But coming March 1st, which is in 2 weeks, that'll all change. I will be releasing the very first product that we will sell, and that'll kind of get the ball rolling forward. But for now, it's just a podcast. But the business is based and founded on 6 core elements, and that is faith, family, fitness, finance, firearms, and freedom. That is what the entire business, that's what the podcast embodies, and that's what it'll embody forever. If you're new to the show, we don't charge a fee or anything. We don't take any sponsors, anything like that. I might throw out some names of companies that I personally have tried and I recommend to you, like First Form. They're a great company, great products, great supplements, great clothing. But you won't see a lot of that, because what American Dream is going to be will kind of take care of that on its own. So there won't be a lot of promoting on here. I might promote some of like American Dream's personal stuff on here, but it won't be a lot. I don't want you to feel like there's any strings attached to this. The only string that is attached, though, is that I do ask that you please share the show, because that is the only way that we're going to grow the channel, grow the podcast, get our message out there more, and get our brand out there more. Because I know I'm a little bit biased when I say this, but this is a brand that you want to get behind, because it is going to help change the country and make the country better than it has ever been. And that is my goal with this. And I won't stop until I felt like I have achieved that, which will probably be never, because you can never stop getting better. So that is all that I ask of you. There's 2 things that you can go to stay more plugged in and connected, and that is the Waypoint and the Rally Point. The Waypoint is our newsletter that will notify you when new episodes drop of the podcast. It'll notify you when new products drop, and then you'll get some motivational stuff and stories that I will send you personally. That way, you can just get some weekly motivation. Because I know sometimes in the middle of the week, it is very hard to continue to motivate yourself, because once Wednesday, Thursday rolls around, you're like, man, I'm so tired, and you're kind of looking forward to the weekend. And you can't do that, because you have to take every day like it's your last, like it's the only chance you're going to get to be able to accomplish what you want. And so I want to do my part and maybe give you that little bit of motivation, that little push that you need to continue to do that. So if you want to sign up for that, the link will be down in the description. And then the Rally Point is just our Facebook community group. It is a group that I'm trying to build to bring all of us together, have a place to connect on a better level than just here. But it's a place where we can help each other out, encourage each other, and connect with people all across the country. So if you're interested with that, the link will also be down in the description, or just go search the Rally Point on Facebook and it should pull up for you. But all the links to the American Dream social medias, some stuff that I recommend like 75 Hard, and then my personal social media, you can find all that down in the description below. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I hope you get tons of value from it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for a lot of us, we spend the majority of our lives constantly questioning and asking ourselves why our lives are the way they are. Then we end up blaming it on other people, blaming it on other events that have happened in our life, and just finding something else to blame for where we are in life. It is time for us to stop that and take personal accountability for it, because the only person to blame, the only thing to blame for where you are in life is yourself and your decisions. So today I'm going to give you kind of just a foundation and then some things that you can do to hold yourself accountable and what will happen when you begin to hold yourself accountable. And so a lot of us, we have the woe is me mentality. Like, you try to play the get everybody feel bad for you where you're at in life. You blame things happening like, oh, I wrecked my car, I got laid off from my job, this happened to me, that thing happened to me, I lost a lot of money doing whatever. Just, you find all these excuses to blame for where you are. You find other people. My mom screwed me, my dad screwed me over, my parents screwed me over, my grandparents screwed me over, whatever. We like to blame other things and other people for where we are in life, because it is a very hard pill to swallow, because deep down, you know the reason you are where you are in life is because of the decisions you've made in the past, and it's solely on you. But the thing is, it's easy being the victim. I've done a video on the victim mentality not too long ago. It is easy to be the victim, because it's a lot easier to say, oh man, I've just got this going on in my life. I feel so sorry for myself. I want you to feel sorry for me. It's a lot easier to do that because it kind of makes you feel good when somebody feels sorry for you, because you feel like you have somebody on your side. It's a lot harder to sit there and say, yeah, I'm in the financial situation that I'm in because I was stupid. I made stupid decisions. I made bad decisions. Yeah, my relationship with my wife is the way it is because I've made bad decisions. It's a lot easier to blame other people and other things for where we are in life than it is to take responsibility and hold yourself accountable for it. And what happens is, when you have that mentality about just life in general, is you almost default to accepting the mundane, accepting just the plain mediocre life. And deep down, nobody wants that. Everybody yearns to have a life of fulfillment. They want to be on their deathbed. You want to be on your deathbed. I want to be on my deathbed thinking, I lived my life to the fullest. I did everything I could to have an impact on this world. And it's accepting the mundane and accepting the mediocre life is not okay. You should not be doing that. But so then you got to take responsibility. I mean, once you decide that you're going to take responsibility for your life, you are putting yourself back in the driver's seat of your life. Because when you constantly pass off blame to other things in your life, you're constantly letting things control your emotions, control your thoughts, control your feelings. But then when you decide that you're going to take responsibility for your life, when you accept that you are where you are because of the decisions you've made, you are able to harness that power and funnel it in a positive direction, and realize that the decisions you make today, the decisions you make now, are going to affect your future. So you're able to cognitively make those decisions with more context, instead of just thinking about the now, thinking about what I could do to please myself now, to make myself happy now. You are thinking about the future, because you know the decisions you make today are going to affect what happens to your life in the future, because you've realized and decided to accept that the decisions that you've made in the past are the reason you are where you are today. And you also have to realize that everything in life is a decision. Like me, I have struggled for the longest time with my diet, with food. And every single food choice is a decision. I'm either gonna put this donut in my body or I'm not. I'm either gonna put this banana in my body or not. I'm gonna choose to either drink water or drink pop. It's that way with life. You're at the grocery store. I'm either gonna spend money on healthy stuff or I'm gonna spend money on crap. I'd rather spend $10 a month on Netflix than go get a $10 membership at Planet Fitness. Everything in life is a decision. There are going to be things that happen that are outside of your control. And that's just life. But you still have a decision. And that decision is deciding on how you're going to respond, how you are going to react to what happens to you in life. And those are the decisions that will really shape your future. Because those are the decisions you have to make in the heat of the moment. You don't have time to really think about it. But that comes back to those other decisions that you can make with knowledge, you have time to make the decision. Because you build that foundation with those small decisions that you make every day, those small disciplines that you develop every day. That way when you get in a sticky situation and it's tough and you have to make a split-second decision, you have that foundation of the disciplines and decisions you've made in the past to make the right decision in that moment. So when you decide you're going to take responsibility and become accountable for your life and realize that your decisions affect your future and you are where you are because of the decisions that you made in the past, you're putting yourself back in the driver's seat of your own life. And then once you do that, you do have to realize, though, that you are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. No person is perfect. Nothing. You have to realize that you will never bat 1,000. And as hard as it is to accept that, especially if you are very driven, very ambitious, and want to be successful in everything you do, you have to realize that you will not be perfect. You will not always make the right decision. Yeah, you can have that foundation that helps you. But sometimes there's no good decision, and the decision that was actually right was a decision that you couldn't see at that time. What you have to realize, though, with a lot of the big decisions in life is the initial decision you make. It's not the end-all decision. It's just the beginning of a line of decisions that you have to make. Yeah. So it's like, think of it like almost like a basketball NCAA tournament bracket, a March Madness bracket, kind of. Just all those different lines. But you have your first decision you make, and you're either going to go here or here. So you go make one decision, you go here. But then you make that next decision, and you can either go here. You have all these different ways that you could go depending on the decision that you make. And so you've got to realize that every decision you make will not be perfect. And you got to realize that every decision is not the final decision. Yeah, you may make the wrong decision, but what decision are you going to make to fix the wrong decision? I feel like I said decision a lot. But I mean, that's what it is. Life is full of decisions. Everything you do is a decision. I'm going to try to stop saying decision so much. Man, I mean, okay, I could say choice, I guess. But the choices you make in life are all around you every day. I can't even begin to think about how many decisions you make in life because a lot of them are subconscious choices. I said choices, not decisions. But no. But you have to realize that it is an endless cycle. You make a choice, you see what happens, and then you make another choice. And it just goes around and around. You keep making choice after choice, decision after decision. And you just have to, what you have to do is you make a decision, assess your decision, and then strategize and plan and make the next decision. And to be able to do that, you have to be able to not only be self-accountable and hold yourself accountable, you have to be able to evaluate yourself. Self-evaluation goes hand in hand with holding yourself accountable. Because when you hold yourself accountable for your choices in life, you are able to self-assess where you are in life, what you need to fix, and how you are going to be able to fix it. So when you are able to hold yourself accountable and develop the ability to self-assess yourself, assess your life, assess the things that you need to change, those are the skills that will help you have success in whatever you do. You have got to realize that you are where you are in life because of your decisions. If you ever want to achieve any kind of success in life, or even just make a positive change in your life, this is something that you are going to have to come to terms with. Once you are able to take back the steering wheel of life, take accountability for your decisions, you will be able to use that to your advantage. You will become your own greatest critic, but you will also become your own greatest advocate. You will be able to pick apart your bad decisions and learn from them, but you'll also be able to evaluate your good decisions, figure out what you did well, so you can do more of the things that will help you move the needle forward more in your life. Like I said in the beginning of the episode, guys, holding yourself accountable is not easy. It's a very, very, very hard pill to swallow. Because you're sitting there basically judging yourself, judging your decisions, critiquing your decisions. But you can't let that stop you from making the changes that you need to in life. Because, like I said, not only are you your own greatest critic, but you are also your own greatest advocate. So when you criticize yourself, you figure out what's wrong. You come up with a plan. But then once you come up with a plan, you become your own greatest advocate and tell yourself that you can do it because you know you can. But these are skills that you've got to have if you want to have any success in life. And I know you guys can have it. There are things that I am working on. And these are skills that you will never master, but you've got to continue to work on them over and over and over again every day, multiple times a day for the rest of your life. And I know you guys can do it. But that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for being here. You guys mean the world to me. Your support means the world to me. Make sure you keep your eyes out for March 1st for the first launch of our very first product. It is going to be so cool. I'm so excited for it because you're going to get a glimpse of what the big picture is for American Dream, what it's going to embody, and it's going to be legit. So make sure you keep your eyes out for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share it with everybody you know. Everybody. These are things people need to hear if we want to make our country the best it's ever been. But I love you guys, and remember, success takes work takes time, and time is limited, so get out there and get to work. See you guys.